You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
What is up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of the Hello Sport Podcast. I'm unqualified opinion and unwavering bias back in the studio. Eddy back from Mexico, but also 33 years old today. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, gang. 33. I got to tell you, I like the look of it.
Do ya?
Just something nice and clean about a 33.
Isn't 33 like some weird number?
Is
there a
it
movie with Jim Carrey called 33?
27?
No, that's the people when you die at 27. There's a 33, like...
Oh, yeah, Jim Carrey, doesn't he lose his mind? I thought that was 27, though. Was it 24? Was it 33?
No, I don't know.
Was it 19?
In numerology, 33 is considered a master number. It radiates harmonious and caring energy, emphasizing the importance of helping others.
Beautiful.
It's funny you should say that, David, because I feel terrific.
Yeah.
There's no point coming on here on a Monday morning, punters and dribblers, and denying it.
I think it would be a little bit of a slap in the face to the 50 staff we've got in here at the moment if you'd come back from a 12-month fucking holiday to Mexico and not felt like tippity top.
It wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be right. Listen, it wouldn't be just if I was to come back from a 16-night holiday to Mexico with a little bit of America thrown in there, such is the way the globe is made, and there's no direct flights there. So you got to do a bit of time in fucking America. Not the point. Point is this. I feel alive.
Yeah, and
I feel fucking invigorated. I got back Saturday morning, punters and dribblers. I tell you how alive I felt. I was doing fucking housework all weekend, loving it too. On the gurney, panning away yesterday afternoon, just couldn't get enough of it.
Any jet lag?
Not for me, but I'm a bit wilier than my wife, Tom. I'm a wily guy.
Okay, right.
And I put in the hard yakka. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. I go, could sleep, but won't. Got to put that work in. Let's grind out to like 8:30 and make smart decisions. Ella, 4 hours sleep at 3 o'clock yesterday. So she's been getting up early.
Yeah.
I'm talking at like 4 o'clock.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah.
Why she wants to wake you up?
Well, she's like, I'm awake. I'm like, yeah,
I don't
not
give
my
a
problem. I put the work in. You didn't. You carry on like this and it's separate bed territory.
Waking you up at 4 in the morning.
Well, and then
she's
this
awake.
morning it was fucking 4:40. What was it? About 4:50 this morning because it was my birthday. Fair enough, but still.
Why is it? You should be sleeping in.
Well, she wants to tell me it's my birthday. I'm like, I know.
Oh my God, dude. Chicks will find any way to just justify.
Listen, I can't be
birthday,
angry at her
get
because
up.
I'm too zen right now. But I mean, if it was the end of last year and she was behaving that way, big
See,
problems.
I still
Big
have like
problems.
I still have like didn't go to Mexico energy, so I'd be like, shut the fuck up and let me go back to sleep.
Yeah. See, I did go to Mecca.
Yeah, you
Mexico.
Mexico.
Terrific food, punters and dribblers, like elite, best in class, fantastic. You know, the Mexican here, I naively thought that was sort of like how they did it in Mexico. Not the case.
No?
This is like all fast food, fucking smacked out version of Mexican food. Not even really the same thing. You can get like. I had a breakfast burrito with beautiful scrambled eggs in it. That was about as close to the Mexican food as I had that is in Australia. Obviously, there's guac and shit, but just mezcal and tequila, mate. Like my bread and butter and margaritas.
Yeah.
Like you can't go wrong there.
No, you can't. I'm not a big mezcal gal.
Well,
and I've
guess
said
what?
That to you, but
Your good friend Edward Simpson got you a present that's not with me because I forgot it. It's my birthday, so I'm allowed to.
You are.
That may be of the mezcal persuasion, and I wanted to get you a mezcal just so you could open your eyes.
Yeah. My
to
sister
other
bought
to other possibilities.
My sister bought mezcal around to my house, and like, if there's anything even in the same fucking vein as tequila, like it's in serious danger in my house, and this thing is sat there. I had one or two of them when I was in desperate trouble where I had nothing, and I'm just like, listen, that's not to complain before I even get it. I'm sure that the mezcal from fucking Mexico
from the source. Because you
gonna
can
be much
use,
better.
there's like 200 different agave plants you can use in mezcal, whereas tequila, you're limited to only a handful. So there's more range, mate.
Okay.
More breadth.
New question that I saw on either your Instagram or Ella's, but a cenote? Cenote?
A cenote.
Cenote. And that is what, just like a fucking really clear pond?
I would
where
say
manatees live?
I would say picture a like a mangrove setup in Australia, but get rid of all the scat brown water, get rid of all the scat mud, get rid of the crocodiles, get rid of the eels, get rid of all the bullshit, replace it with beautiful, clear as fuck water, and put manatees in there, dude. The sea cow.
Yeah.
And
Manatee,
that's a
right?
cenote.
Or is it manatee over there?
Manatee?
Manatee.
Manatee?
Manatee, yeah.
Manatee.
Whatever.
That's fine, dude. Maybe they say manatee in Mexico. I don't know.
Well,
But
it might be
saltwater?
the accent. Yeah,
So sharks and shit could technically get in there.
nah. They're like, you got to go into these like little caves and shit. They wouldn't, and where it's connected is out to like a little bay. It's not shark territory.
Right. It looks like some of the most amazing shit ever.
It was unbelievable. And when we was going there, he's like, our little guide was saying that typically it's really clear and you'll see them, but the day before it had rained 2 days previous, so it was really murky. You couldn't see shit, and they didn't see any. And I was like, fuck, if we get there, dude, and there's no manatees, I'm going to be furious. But there's 12 that frequent that cenote we're in, and there was one, Gigi, 12-year-old male who was a real chiller.
And how close? Like, do they have any fucking speed?
I got like you to
him?
me away.
You could have touched him. Like, it's like
I couldn't touch him. No, maybe like double the distance between us. There's one apparently that you can touch, but the other ones they just like sort of they will stare and look at you, but they'll meander off.
Are they quick?
They can be.
Okay,
yeah.
So they can move.
Well,
I've never seen one get its heart rate up.
Well, the thing about the sea cow is, although it looks like a fat tub of lard, the Birmingham of the sea,
it has some incredible athletic ability.
it's a marine animal, Tom, a marine mammal, so it can move if required.
If it has to.
Oh yeah, big tail on it.
Flipper tail. Yeah.
It'll get to its work. I absolutely frothed it. An incredible experience. Shout out to the sea cow. Of which I'm a huge fan. It was interesting, where the cenote was in the resort next to the one we were staying in. It got destroyed in a hurricane in 2005, and the guy who owns it, he's like, I'm just going to leave it. His family wants him to sell the land, and she's like, nah, he's the first resort he'd bought or some shit. What's the word? Sentimental to him.
My first resort. You got to be rich, don't you?
Well, you've got to be fucking rich to be sentimental about a resort that you just refuse to rebuild. So it gives off big The Last of Us energy walking through it, because it's all destroyed and overgrown, and he's just not touched a thing.
And obviously no one stays there.
Can't stay there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could.
Nah. As in, everything's destroyed, like roofs off, walls come down.
He's just left it.
He's left it. What's it? Almost.
I don't understand why sentimentally you wouldn't repair it. Again, I don't want to get into the fucking.
I don't know the bloke, so I can't speak for him.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
All I know is the man owns an incredible cenote.
Yeah,
that's what I know.
Yeah, a cenote of note. Oh crap! Fuck.
A cenote of note. Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it, bruh. Absolutely nailed it.
Well, you happy to be back? You ready to rip in, dude?
Dude, I called you yesterday.
We spoke for an hour.
And we spoke for an hour. I'm fucking that ready. I can't tell you how ready I am for a huge year with the punter and the dribbler.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fact that I've got a Vegas trip booked in a month, maybe getting the dick hard.
Oh, well, I can already see it through your shorts. We had to lasso that bitch.
We had to lasso that bitch. Maybe that's part of it, but I am ready to fucking rock and roll. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
It's honestly like I mean, obviously we can talk some cricket soon, but like
there's things to talk about.
There's definitely things to talk about, Eddie. Don't you worry about that. But the thirst and the tingle in my sack for rugby league has returned with gusto. Yeah, with gusto. Like my balls constantly tingling. Like Manly released their fucking projected lineup for 2024 this year. Dude, it's beat yourself sort of stuff. It's flop it out.
It's beat City.
Complete yourself onto a table, wherever you are, your nearest surface. Sort
beat
of.
Yourself and complete yourself.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
when you look at that Manly lineup. Now, there'll be people out there that don't understand rugby league going, what are you talking about? You don't get it. Well, try this on for size, dickhead. Number 1, Tom Trbojevic. 2, Jackson Paulo. 3, Ruben Garrick. In the centres, which I'm loving.
Yep.
Stubby Cooler Cola in the 4 jersey. Sub, quickest man of all time. I think it's official. Good judges say that if he focused on athletics, he would have won gold at the Olympics. Do your own research. 6, Luke Brooks. Without the role of get the team around the park, he plays his best season ever.
He doesn't have the weight of the worst club in the history of the NRL on his shoulders, weighing him down, crushing him, vice-like grip around his throat, just slowly sucking the life out of the young man. This, as a club, we're blowing life back into him.
That's exactly right. Being Luke Brooks would be like being the leader of the Greens. You just know that you're never going to win. You know what I mean?
Wrecked.
7, Cherry Evans, who last time I checked was Queensland captain and played his best season ever last year. So fine wine sort of stuff. Taniela Paseka, Mount Paseka, we know what he's about.
Lachlan Croker, with the inclusion of Mick Ennis on the coaching staff, Edward.
Well, he goes to another level.
He goes to another level. I also see that for Gordon Chan Kum Tong on the bench. Obviously, I've jumped to the bench, but that was just given that we were talking hookers. You then throw in a Tauafafoa Sipley as the other prop. A Hamole Olakawatu recently re-signed, I believe, for $50 million.
Listen, you pay for quality and you never skimp on it. Mm-hmm. It's as simple as that.
That's what it's all about. Joshy Schuster ready to go back to pre-last year form when he was playing in the back row and Kieran Foran was 5'8", so he will be the 12. Jake Trebojevic, 13. As I said, Gordon Chan Kum Tong. Then you got Josh Aloiai, Ethan Bullimore, Ben Trebojevic. That is still with fucking Matt Lodge out with an ACL. Matt Lodge to come back.
But listen, if you're looking at it, Ben Trebojevic another year, round the sun, Tom, another lap as it were.
Yeah.
He goes to another level this year. Mm-hmm. The Bull, Ethan Bullimore, straight out of Queensland, an absolute dog.
The Brahma Bullimore.
He's a serious bit of kit, the Bull. So,
Nathan Brown as well is also the
oh yes, correct.
Nathan,
correct.
He like Manly's preseason video hype up stuff they've been doing. Like he won the trainer of the fucking thingo on their hell camp.
People saying no Parker. Listen,
Brad Parker has moved, Eddie, an announcement to the back row.
Oh!
So he's obviously not going to be starting the season in back row. He might, but
Listen, Brad Parker, strong as an ant or a fully grown
the
chimpanzee.
muscle density of
Correct.
a fully grown chimpanzee.
We know the dual punters and dribblers. Brad Parker is a clubman through and through. He bleeds maroon and white from the Manly Seagulls. That's what he does. He's a junior, I believe, loves the club. He will play wherever he can do a job for the side.
Yep.
And
I like it.
I like
Hard
it,
running.
mate. There's so much. There's injuries all the time in rugby league. Let's not pretend like Brad Parker's never going to play another game for the Seagulls because that's complete and utter madness. He'll be there and he'll do a job. We're just looking at the predicted first round side to take on the Bunnies.
In Vegas.
Or Roosters.
Bunnies. Hugh Jackman versus Russell Crowe.
So they get humped to within an inch of their life. I mean, that's just an absolute layup. Have
you seen?
I like it.
It's a good side. It's a premiership winning side. We win the comp. Never been more confident. Year of the Bird stuff. Also, year of the punt and the dribbler. Have you seen?
It is the year of the punt.
It is the year of the punt and the dribbler. Also, the year for getting healthy. Have you seen?
You're looking after yourself.
You're looking after yourself, obviously.
Least you can do. Least you can do.
Balancing it out. Obviously, you're going to rip, you're going to tear, but then you're going to balance it out. Anyway, we'll get back to that. The NRL's having trouble getting all these fucking players into Vegas.
I read that.
Because they're all scallywags with criminal records.
Listen, I love that.
So do I.
I think that I wouldn't want to go to Vegas if we're not going to have some visa issues. What's the point?
What's the point? What's the fucking point?
What would the point of taking let's say 30-man squads. Let's say they take the whole kit and caboodle. You're looking at 120 big, thick Australian rugby league players who don't mind a rip and tear, Tom. And if some of them aren't going to get pulled up at LAX and dragged into a questioning room, I'm not here.
Yeah, I know. But what the people who are wigging out seem to be neglecting is that PVL has the ear of the Prime Minister. The president, sorry. And the Prime Minister, but the president.
Well, last time I checked, St. Peter V'landys knows Joe Biden on a first-name basis.
Yeah.
So if we're doing 6 degrees of separation, St. Peter V'landys, the grandson of God, the son of Christ.
We're one step removed from the president.
Is our best mate.
Leader of the free world.
Well, he's our best mate.
Yeah.
And his best mate's Joe Biden. So you could draw not a longbow, but quite a small one and say that you and I have the year of the president of the free world.
Yeah. Leader of the free world.
Listen, I can't see it being an issue. I'd be shocked if they can't smooth out these visa issues. St. Peter V'landys likes to do the work in the shadows, and visa issues are it's shadowy
It takes a smooth man to smooth out rough situations, and there's no one smoother than Peter V'landys, St. Peter V'landys.
Well, he's the smoothest in the room.
He's the smoothest operator in the game. And again, like, does fucking Gil McLaughlin have the year of the president? I doubt it.
Well, Gil doesn't even have a penis because it fell off and wriggled to the nearest alpha.
Well, see, fell off sounds like it was. I think we need to acknowledge the autonomy of Gil's penis. It chose to leave.
Well, what happened was
it packed up its balls. It threw its nuts over its shoulder and was like, "I'm out of here."
Gil was narbride by St. Peter V'landys, who got the game back, and in so facto he got AFL back because they just copied the NRL. And Gil's penis, having had enough of the beta life, fell off and wriggled his way up to Sydney and gave the great St. Peter V'landys another, couple of inches.
But, I mean, not much.
Couple of inches isn't much.
No, not much for poor old Pete. Not that he needed it.
What's centimetres to an inch?
Is inch?
Is it 16?
Is inch?
Have I made that up?
16 centimetres to an inch.
It's 2.5.
2.5 centimetres.
2.5, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm all over the 32. Yeah, I'm all over the map. Ignore me. I'm at 1.6.
Is inch metric system?
No, inch is imperial.
Sorry.
We're on metric.
Yeah, sorry, that's right. Right. Gotcha.
Imperial is Yank stuff.
Yeah. Back to Manly quickly. Tommy Talau not in there, but I have to, and we're not the breaker of NRL love stories, and this is already out there, but Tommy Talau, Jess Surgis, the fucking absolute weapon women's rugby league player, now Instagram a fish. They're sharing photos of each other and shit. I like that. That's a settled, rested rugby league player.
Can I ask you this, Tom? Given what we've seen out of Nathan Cleary and
Fowles.
Is it the year of the power couple?
Could be, dude.
Now, obviously, there's a hierarchy of
power couples,
or a power ranking of power couples.
Would we be a sporting power couple, you and I?
Well,
do you have to fuck?
It's a great question.
I don't know if you do.
He's hugging from time to time? Is that play on?
Spending a couple of long nights in a hotel room.
Listen, does there need to be insertion for it to make the power couple rankings?
Does it need does it need to be sexual in any way?
I would think not.
Which puts us up there. Which puts us. I think we. I think we rank them.
Listen, it puts us on the starting line, Tom. It's up to us to put in the hard work and try and win the goddamn thing. Obviously, Fowler, Cleary setting the tone, but I wouldn't be surprised, Tom, if we saw more power couples this year. What year is it in the Chinese system?
Is power couple one of their?
Or is it year of the power couple?
Year of the power couple, year of the dribbler.
It's the year of the dragon coming up this year.
So think about this. For those out there that don't believe dragons existed, every other animal is real on the Chinese calendar, except the dragon, apparently.
So do we think that's maybe one of those things that got wiped out?
I think it's proof. I think that and that alone is proof that dragons walked the earth, mate. Or flew the earth.
Yeah, flew the earth, walked the earth. But do you think that asteroidal impact 11,000 years ago?
11,000?
Well,
the
younger dryas. Do you reckon that's probably when they were wiped out?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just on the power couples as well, it said in an article that talks about Talau and Surgis that David Fafita is also dating Shaylee Bent, who plays for the Gold Coast women's team.
Am I dialed in or what?
Okay. It's the year of the power couple.
Obviously, Millie Boyle and the sheriff.
They're out
there getting
married.
it done. Exactly.
That's an eternal power couple.
What's a power couple?
Yeah.
Shout out to the sheriff and shout out to Millie Boyle, friend of the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. I think we see more of this stuff this year. I really do. I think we see a lot more of it.
Yeah. You're for love.
Good looking side.
Good looking side. Anyway, I think it was probably its appropriate first proper show back for 2024 to just do a little bit of manly sucking.
We haven't sucked Manly for a little while, Tom.
Oh, it felt nice, didn't it?
Did feel nice. Felt nice. Sometimes, punters and dribblers, it feels nice to just drop down and work.
Punters and dribblers, we are brought to you, as always, by the number one betting platform on the face of God's green earth, and that is Ned's. Got to be honest with you, Ed. The other day, what was it, Saturday, Willie? There were some ponies running. There with a couple of mates, just sitting there. Added a couple of winners to my profile, which has obviously been a bit lean of late because I'm, truth be told, not the greatest punter.
Listen.
We know that. But sitting there with the boys, watching some pones, sharing some winners into the About Even group
I
on
love
there.
that.
Sharing some of the profile. Just restoring my good name.
Love that. I was sort of checking my phone when the Big Bash League final was on overseas. Hard to watch, not the point. I had a future on for the Sixers to get the job done, which I was very disappointed didn't get across the line. It would have been a nice little chalk of cheese.
What was it paying?
It was paying like $5.56. I'm not going to say what I had on it, but it wasn't nothing.
No, it wasn't nothing.
It would have been nice.
It was responsible.
It would have, paid for a couple of dinners.
Friend of the show, Spencer Johnson, though, did get a win for the Heat. So
Not about Spencer, though.
No,
it's
it's not.
about me.
And it's
about my
Ned's.
betting account. It's about Ned's. Now, if you want to try and find a couple of winners like Tom, not like me, but like Tom, then go to Ned's, download the app. You know what to do. Details, etc., etc. If you want to follow us along as well, you can check out our profiles. I haven't checked my profile for a while, but
do you want to check your profile? See how many follows you got?
see how many followers I've
See
got.
what you got.
Got to be over 1,000, doesn't it?
You'd fucking hope so.
Have to be over 1,000.
I'm over 2, so
Are
not
ya?
a big deal. What's Eddy? 1.3.
Okay.
There you go.
I've got work to do.
Work to do. Tobler, 944. Fuck, you don't want him to take over. Sebo, 1.
Okay, so I'm second.
You're
That's
second.
okay.
That's
I'll take
it. Take
second.
second.
As long as Tobler doesn't go past me. If he goes past
Yeah.
me, we got a big fucking problem.
Everyone go follow Tobler.
Big problems. Anyway, shout out to Neds. We love you, brah.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website. Now, punters and dribblers, if you've been living under a rock, metaphorical or otherwise, you may have missed this, but we haven't announced it properly, but now we are, and that is the fact that we are launching a daily multivitamin supplement called Good Day.
Have a good day, baby.
Have a good day. Now, you see here, 30 sachets, one a day into a drink, stir it, and it's got plenty of shit in there, which we'll get to in a moment. But
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your
Tastes fucking amazing. Now,
before we get into like exactly how this started, though, Eddie, I just want to like clear something up for the punter and the dribbler. And again, it's only a few of you who maybe are confused. How the fuck would I take health advice from fucking you cunts? It's like, now, fair. Firstly, though, this may come as a surprise to you. We didn't stomp the grapes for fucking Big Day Rosé either, right?
I know that you might think that Tom and I make every single bottle of rosé.
Yeah.
We don't.
We don't. We actually partner with people that know what they're doing. This may shock you as well. These hats did not put a single stitch in this motherfucker.
Listen.
Didn't do it.
Although you might look at our hands and go, those boys can manufacture on bulk, we can't.
No.
And we didn't.
No.
And so when it comes to the multivitamin game, we didn't make that either.
No.
We were involved in the process, and we will explain why, but we didn't make it. It was made by scientists.
Yeah, what we did do was partner with some of the fucking biggest motherfuckers in the game to make sure that if we do something, that we're doing it as well as we can possibly do it.
You might be saying, why the fuck did you start a multivitamin? And I'll tell you why. It started because Tom and I wanted to start a hangover cure. Why do we want to start a hangover cure? Because we get hungover from fucking time to time, and we know the punter and the dribbler do too. So we reach out to a mate who has connections in the industry. He knows the scientists, he knows the manufacturers. We sit down, we yarn, we sit around the table, we talk shop, we break bread. And the first thing they said to us is you can't actually make hangover cures in Australia because you can't advertise them. Because if you advertise them, then the TGA will shit down your throat and cut all your advertising and you get fined. Why? Maybe they don't want us drinking piss. I don't know what it is. Point is, you can't do it. So they said, have you considered potentially doing a multivitamin instead? Which obviously perked up the year of your fathers, your heroes, Tom and I.
Off the back of running a marathon, of seeing the amount of dribblers who got around us doing that.
Of getting six packs.
Obviously, our attempt to be healthy is well documented, but we had this conversation with these guys at CMG, and it was basically around, firstly, the amount of people who don't do any vitamin supplementation, the difficulty of actually, with the diets of most people these days, actually getting what you need, and me trying to have a bunch of multivitamins when I went to Chemist Warehouse and I just fucking rocket fueled it all and I was vomiting. It was about I guess, like seeing an opportunity to simplify the process. Now, if you're already taking multivitamins, that we aren't trying to like get you away from like Blackmores or whatever. What we realize is that we've got an audience of dudes who, a significant amount of you who engage with us on a level of like wanting to try and get healthy or try and improve your life generally, right? Doesn't mean you don't want to rip and tear anymore, but just that you obviously want to try and balance out your lifestyle. So we were like, well, here's an opportunity for us to provide something directly to people that we speak to all the time, and that is Good Day, the daily multivitamin.
That's it. It's the least you can do, punters and dribblers. Essentially what we're trying to do is go, you know what? Don't mind being unhealthy from time to time. Don't mind a rip and a tear from time to time. How can I try and offset that? You know, like carbon offsetting?
Correct.
When you tick that little carbon offset box, if you love the planet when you fly, it's like that.
Yeah.
You're offsetting a rip and a tear by having a good day. You're preventing sickness, which is obviously common in Tom, and bolstering your immune system through a daily multivitamin. You're replacing shit lost sometimes with a daily multivitamin.
Now, we sat down with the head scientist, the grand poobah, the head doctor at CMG, Complementary Medicines Group. These are the big dogs. These are the ones working with fucking Armour Force, Nature's Way, JS Health, Hydrolite, like all the big dogs. That's who these guys are. And we're talking to their head fucking guy, Dr. Brad.
The big dog.
The big dog, dude. Brad's got 24 years experience in the industry, right?
Mate, Dr. Brad is a leader, Tom, in preventative and personalised health, okay? An award-winning naturopath, like best-in-class sort of stuff, blue ribbon sort of stuff.
He's got a PhD from Sydney University. That's how you become a doctor. Masters from Deakin University in Human Sciences and Human Nutrition. The guy's legit. So
He's decorated.
He is decorated. Purple Heart sort of stuff, not stolen valor.
He basically said to us, listen, boys, what sort of like health benefits are you looking for this product to provide you? Like, because there's different sort of avenues you can take, different ways to skin a cat, so to speak. Because essentially different ingredients provide different outcomes. It's as simple as that. Now, what we've come up with here, with the assistance of the great and the powerful Dr. Brad, is a product that has over 60 TGA approved outcomes.
That's right. The TGA, again, if you're not big TGA guys, which many of you
Which
wouldn't
we
be.
weren't.
No, we weren't. Therapeutic Goods Administration, they are basically the governing body by which like all fucking medicines and products of that ilk are like, they've got to be vetted before you can get your TGA approved claim. Now, I also believe you're not even allowed to like promote. You're not even allowed to use the TGA as like a badge of honor, but just like you can fucking search what's TGA approved. You best believe, motherfuckers. But as you said, Eddie, 60 plus claims. We weren't going for that though. It was just like there was a byproduct of the ingredients we chose that you also get these other accompanying health benefits. But like the main things that we were looking for was like, you know, energy, obviously. Like there's the more generic ones, which is like daily vitamins and minerals.
Yeah, your RDIs, recommended daily intake.
Recommended daily intake, thank you, Edward. But obviously energy, stress relief, liver health. Now,
big one.
That's not saying it helps hangovers, but we're not sitting here saying we're trying to like stop having fun. This is sort of in conjunction with fun. Memory and cognition. Long day on the tools in the office. Now, even us, when we're sitting here farting around, the days are long. Years fast, days long. That's what they say.
Years fast, days long. Like that.
Memory and cognition.
And there's a big one, Tom. Help with the immunity.
Well, that was
health.
Yeah,
mate.
that certainly was important for one Tommy Burns. And again, you know, what was funny was as we're talking to him and he's asking us about like, you know, what do you guys ever take him, or when do you take him, or when do you? And it's like, I only take fucking shit after I'm sick.
Yeah, too late.
Too late.
Damage done.
It's too late to worry about your immunity when you're already fucking shitting your pants. So, you know, thinking about it from that way, it was like, it's smarter to be thinking about your
Get
health.
ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, help your immune system out before you've started to poo in your own pants. I think's what Tom is saying, you know?
If you are looking to, take a bit more control of your nutritional intake, then Good Day is a very, very good, pun not intended, option for you. If you don't want to take it, fucking all good. If you already got a vitamin, keep taking it. But if you don't and you're looking to try and make some changes, small changes, least you can do sort of stuff, first step sort of stuff, Good Day is here and it is fucking top notch.
Good Day will be going live at begoodhealth.com.au. I repeat, begoodhealth.com.au this Thursday at 6 p.m. Obviously, we love the punter and the dribbler. That goes without saying. So we have organised a permanent discount code of 20% off, 20%. 20% for the punter and the dribbler permanently using the code dribblers. Okay? Dribblers. You're welcome.
Now, as Eddie said, sale starts Thursday, 6 p.m, begoodhealth.com.au. But if you go to that website, you can register for early release, which is Wednesday at 6 p.m. That is if you go to begoodhealth.com.au and pre-register. There's already a shitload of you on there, which buoys me because they're on there before they were even 100% sure what was going on.
Buoys me uncontrollably, Tom.
Yeah.
Also worth repeating or mentioning, punters and dribblers, you can buy a one-off product or you can buy a subscription. The subscription is cheaper. The code works for both. So 20% off the subscription or 20% off the one, a unit, a 30-pack. 20% off dribblers is the code.
For more information on the product itself, you can go to Good Day Oz on Instagram, Good Day AUS. Now, we lost the cricket yesterday, but I've got to be honest with you, Eddie. And this might sound a little anti-patriotic. Obviously, I wanted Australia to win. That was my first choice. But then when I see the way that like the Windies got it done, I'm like, I actually think I enjoyed that more than I would have enjoyed the Australian win. The only thing I would have enjoyed about the Australian win is Smudge tunning up.
Listen, if we were going to lose to anyone, it's the West Indies after we've already retained the series at the end of a very, 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 very long schedule for the boys.
Yes.
That would be the only time that I'm happy to cop it, so to speak. I am a little bit disappointed, Tom, that the once great fortress, the Gabba,
Oh, it's not fortunate.
now just a fucking like a pile of burning.
Well,
rubble.
what it is, it's that abandoned resort.
It's almost like once breached, it's over. Think punters and dribblers when you've broken the seal.
Yeah.
It's all over.
You just got to keep pissing.
Feels like India broke the seal for us there a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and now we can't stop urinating on ourselves.
We're also playing it at a weird time, though. And I think that was the same with that India one. You're playing it it needs to almost be the first test when they don't know what's going on.
I don't love Brisbane being a day-nighter.
No, I don't think anyone does. And I don't think it'll continue. I hate it. To be honest, upon reflection, I don't like tests going this late in January.
It's, well, because you know why?
Maybe it's because of the quality of the opposition, even though this was a great test
I just think that
we just lost.
I have always been far more comfortable with routine, Tom. I'm a routine guy.
Yep.
I like, upon reflection, not that mad about a test being in the late November.
We've been talking it up for like fucking the last 3 years.
Yeah, we have been. But now, upon reflection,
Yeah.
now that I have had time to reflect, Tom,
Yeah.
I would say this. You get the test late November, which really starts to get blood into the shaft because that's real end of year stuff. Then you get another 2 another 3 in December. So December is just like
Test City.
drowning in Test cricket. And no one does a fucking thing in December except what? Drink piss and watch cricket. That's pretty good. Then we finish in Sydney, January. Then you just get that sort of 2 weeks to do absolutely fuck all except watch a little bit of periphery, like
Big
the
Bash.
Brisbane Open or something, tennis.
Oh,
And Big Bash, and then you come into the Australian Open. It just flows.
respectfully, I won't be watching the Brisbane Open.
No, but I'm saying if it's a nice hot balmy evening and you're sitting down for a few tequilas, you can watch the Big Bash. You can watch the
You're
tennis.
definitely not watching the Brisbane Open. No disrespect, but you're just
I'd
not.
watch it. I'd
Yeah,
watch
but
it.
you're like particularly. But like, I bet you
Particularly what?
don't though. I bet you don't though. Like you would. You like to
Are
think
you,
that
are
you.
you
would.
telling me that if I'm sitting down for tequila at night, I wouldn't flick on the tennis for a
I
moment?
think you'd flick it on for a moment and then you'd flick it off again straight away because you wouldn't give a fuck and because you have too many options.
If
right?
there's an Australian-
the battle
if there's-
for hearts
if
and
there's an-
minds is on. The content wars are on in earnest.
Can
mate.
I take
There's
you
no way
back-
the Brisbane Open is going to fucking take your attention for more than like 15 minutes.
It depends who's playing. If there's an Australian playing. Are you telling me early 2000s?
No, we're not talking early 2000s.
Leighton Hewitt,
cunt.
listen to me.
It's 2024.
Leighton Hewitt, Sydney fucking Open,
Different.
whatever it's called.
Different.
You're not watching that?
That's not what I'm saying. That's
that- in
world
that
number
time
one,
frame?
Leighton Hewitt. Yeah, I'm watching world number one, Leighton Hewitt.
Are you watching world number 10, Alex Demonor, if he's playing early in January? You're not.
I'm probably not. Not in the Brisbane
Tom,
Open.
un-Australian.
In the Brisbane Open?
Fucking oath, put him on, see him get to work,
Not if
mate.
there's anything else on. Respectfully to the
I'm
Demon.
not a big tennis guy.
I'm
That's fine.
I'm just an honesty guy. That's what I am. I'm honest. Whereas you, I'm a little, I'm looking out the corner of my eye going, is everything fucking telling the truth over there? Because that's a lie. Respectfully to Alex Demonor.
You reckon I wouldn't? You tell
I
me?
think it'd be 15
that's
minutes.
complete
You went back to
bullshit.
early 2000s to try and prove your point. I'm like, no one's watching Leighton Hewitt because Leighton Hewitt is no longer Leighton Hewitt. I'd watch Kyrgios. That's who I'd watch. If Kyrgios in the Brisbane Open, and even then I wouldn't get through a whole game. Speaking of Kyrgios, I know we're talking cricket. Have you been seeing his commentary over the Oz Open?
Very good.
It's been fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
It's been really good.
Really good.
Did you watch the final last night?
Yeah, fucking oath. You didn't watch it?
No, of course I fucking did. Medvedev, big old bed shitter.
We'll get to that. We're,
Yeah, we
we're
will.
all over the place.
I know. Sorry, dude. Excited.
Back
Back to the cricket. Shamar Joseph, congrats. That's impressive. Fucking awesome.
Dude, Shamar.
That kid can bowl quick.
Wait, I'll give you the hottest tip, punters and dribblers. If Shamar Joseph isn't a tripod, I'm not here.
Oh, no. He's definitely tripod. 100%.
Like 1,000%.
Because,
tripod.
and not just because of the skill level, right? Like, I don't think that bowling 150 immediately means that you have a fucking huge dick.
Doesn't
but
hurt.
It doesn't hurt. But broken.
Well, it does if you
Well,
are on
it
the
probably-
other end of Shamar.
Yeah, it might. Yeah, true. But broken toe, bowls 150, but to bow after like 20 times on the field, like he was bowing at every opportunity. That's big dick territory for me.
100%. He goes off injured, comes back and takes 7 for.
Yep. And the wickets were all horny. Like,
Mate,
you know,
some of his seeds were.
Yeah. That one that removed Hazelwood at the end, I was on the phone to you and then I just flicked it back on and just saw it and I was just like, oh my God.
He gave an absolute fucking C to Travis Head of King Bear fame.
Of 4 on the trot.
4 on
fame.
the. So what? That'd be a King quad.
It's like a king orgy, dude.
It would be. That's almost a King Bukaki.
Yeah, it is. 4 straight ducks at the Gabba is King Bukaki for Trav Head. But then, and like Brian Lara's crying in the commentary box. That guy from ABC's crying in the commentary box. Like all the Windies are just crying.
Marlon, was it someone?
I can't remember his name. Forgive me. Before my time, it looked like Gilly was half crying in the commentary box. Like I got it.
Beautiful embrace from Gilly and Brian Lara.
And Brian,
that was a nice.
That was really nice.
That was a nice embrace. 2 greats of the game.
Yeah,
just hugging it out.
just hugging it out.
It was set up so beautifully as well. I think we needed, was it 12 to win? Smudges on 88. Could have got the 100. Obviously Hazelwood, the country boy, not a noted scorer of Test
runs,
cricket
no.
runs. So it was set up potentially for a brave Smudge ton. But Shamar
Had
just
other
had
plans.
other plans, dude. Other plans. Just goes, try and fucking block this, Hazelwood.
Country boy.
Absolutely not. An incredible test series. We have had a much better summer than any of us anticipated.
From a competitive standpoint.
Well, from this point, from you and I listening to what the greats of the game are saying and regurgitating it to the pun and the dribbler, what the greats were saying is that it's going to be a fucking bloodbath.
With respect to the greats, I don't think it took an average of like 50 plus to be a little bit negative about what we thought the summer was going to be. The Pakistanis played way better than we thought. I tell you what, it's almost been that like our bowlers saved our fucking bacon all summer because our batsmen, all women, didn't do shit.
Labra needs to go away and have a cold shower.
Yeah, he does. Well,
because he's flustered.
And listen, Cam Baggy Green looked all right yesterday. Yesterday? Well, he looked okay. He got 40-something. But, like, the problem for me with Cam Baggy Green, and I think Labra could probably take a leaf out of this book, but he is married, so it's not the same thing. But it kind of doesn't matter about whether you're married or not, but it kind of does. Baggy Green, I don't think if he's had sex, it was very quick. And it was very unemotional.
You took the words out of my mouth.
He needs to have some experimental sex. Like, he needs to not be put out of his comfort zone, but like, you know, like growth comes on the other side of like, you know, experiences.
He needs a cougar.
He needs someone to absolutely like expand his horizons sexually. Yes. He either needs a cougar or he needs like 6 months playing bush footy. You know what I mean? Like, leagueies fuck.
Yeah.
Cricketers don't.
Yeah. No, I know.
Cricketers are all nerds.
They're
Respectfully.
Nerds. Well, they are now.
Now? Well, true. They are now.
They are now.
Because they're all like sort of semi-autists. Like, you know, they're very like, that's all you do is just, it's kind of individual even though it's a team sport.
Oh, it's very individual.
You know, like, there's no one in that, and there's no one in that Australian setup who fucks.
Well, I don't.
Except Pat, probably.
Yeah, I don't think.
But even Pat wouldn't. Like, he wouldn't be as adventurous as you might think.
I honestly think that Cam Baggy Green needs to be taken on a bender. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone needs to take that boy out there and give him a working over.
He needs to probably get his arse eaten.
I think he needs to get his ass eaten immediately, and I think he needs to eat ass.
Yes, dude. Well, of course.
He needs to go out there and eat.
You need to understand that it's a two-way fucking...
He needs to go out there and eat box and eat ass and just relax because he's too tense. And honestly, I think a bender in there wouldn't hurt either.
No, it's
not all sexual. I think he needs to play up a bit.
It's naughty boy sort of stuff. He needs to just go out there. He needs to probably not piss hot, but like... Okay, you know, you've definitely been on some substances.
If he came back after a couple of months off and said I have an STI, I wouldn't be prouder. I couldn't be prouder.
Couldn't be proud. Well, listen, dude, you might actually elevate him to a vice captain.
You know what I mean? Like, I want him to. I want it to hurt when he pisses.
Yeah. Now, not forever. Obviously, you want something like a topical cream or a tablet to get rid of it eventually.
Not herpes, just something. So like chlamydia.
Yeah, we need it to sting when you wee.
I want him to get the clap.
Yeah.
Because it shows he's been putting in that work. And God knows that he needs the clap now more than ever. He just looks too tense, Tom.
And like tentative. Like, what am I doing?
I know. Am I attacking him? Am I defending?
Yeah.
Honestly,
am I a boy? Am I a man? It's that Britney Spears, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. All I need is time, a moment that is mine while I'm in between. But obviously attributed to Cam Baggy Green. I'm not a man. I'm not a boy, but not a man. You know what I mean? All I need is an STI.
How we got out in the first innings, I looked at that and I said, that man has never eaten an arse.
No. He's never fucking eyeballed a doot in his life.
You know what I mean? Like, I want him out there blowing things up bumholes. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like, I want him Melvin. I want him shelving. I want him eating.
Yeah.
I want him growling. I want him snorting, growling, howling, prowling. That's what we need.
That's what we need. That's what we've been asking for. It's staring us right in the fucking face.
What the fucking... It took us a while to get there, but we did.
But we got there, and that's what's important. And I think that's what it is, right? He's a very tall, languid, gangly, sort of giraffe-ish. I wouldn't mind...
Finding his feet.
But I wouldn't mind a fucking cycle. Just get a bit jacked, you know what I mean? Like,
pep him up.
Peptides. Just some muscles. You know what I mean? I think he
looks soft.
Yeah.
Don't you reckon he looks a bit soft?
And not soft in a, like, just like, you need to, what are you? Like,
But listen. Let's start here.
This isn't a criticism.
This isn't a criticism.
Sounds like, I'm sure it sounds a bit like it.
It might. But all we're trying to do, punters and dribblers, is that we know that underneath the flab, underneath the baby face, underneath the aura of a man who hasn't eaten a doit, is someone that could be as good as Jarks Callis. That's what people are saying.
Well, that's
and
the
we
thing.
need to get it. We need to
You telling me you don't think Jarks Callis has eaten ass? Shut up.
fucking get. You need to get your head read. If you don't think that Jarks Callis hasn't, he would have gone on ass eating benders.
Yeah.
I'm saying like 50, 60 at a time, line up. and I'll
Buffet
eat
sort
it.
of stuff.
Buffet sort of stuff. All different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clean, dirty, the lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's the Jarks way. He's a buffet guy.
Well, you don't become,
And it shows.
You don't become one of the all-time greats without,
You don't get
putting in some work at the buffet.
You don't get Brett Lee bowling figures and Ricky Ponting batting figures without working that buffet over.
Yeah. No, exactly.
And that's all we're asking for of the great Cam Green. Well, not great yet, but could be.
Could be.
But he needs to get that buffet work in.
Needs
that
to get buffet work in.
growling, howling, prowling sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I want for him.
Marnus is difficult because he is obviously wedded to the Lord. It's harder to. I don't know if Christians eat ass.
Well, can I ask this? Once married, is ass on the table? Or is that sort
In
of...
the Christian biz, I don't know.
Like, once you...
Are you Christian, Tobler?
Kind of raised Catholic, but not so much anymore.
But like you don't know what the sort
Are
of.
you a no sex before marriage sort of guy?
No.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Well,
that's
it was,
sort of what we're talking
It was
about.
my understanding that, and I think I've heard this more specifically with Mormons than like Christians, but the doot play is often before marriage because it's not technically sex. Because they can't have sex before
I
marriage.
thought the bumhole was off.
Oh, so the Christians will pound that
The bumhole's a
pound that
loophole.
ass.
It's not just a bumhole, it's a loophole.
It's a literal loophole.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've heard.
loophole.
I thought
Loophole.
sodomy. That's what bum stuff is, right? I thought sodomy was a bit like frowned upon.
I thought Sodom was a place
It
where
was.
people went to fucking
Yeah, it was
play up.
like Vegas, I think, for like the
Dude, Sodom sound like my cup of tea.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Is that the place, or is Gomorrah somewhere else?
Is Sodom still going, or was that from antiquity?
Sodom and Gomorrah are two places destroyed by God for their wickedness.
God obviously not into butt stuff then.
But can't help but feel like he is.
Well, listen, I think he probably is, but he's
Aren't we made in his image?
He doesn't admit it. All I'm saying, look, I wouldn't shock. I think it's going to be harder to get Marnus.
Maybe there
Marnus's
was-
issues aren't around butt stuff. Like, I don't think that's it. It's. I don't know what exactly. He probably needs the Lord to step in and do a bit more, though.
I think he needs to go and have a nice cup of tea and just fucking chill out. Maybe, can I say this? Maybe some time away from Smudge. I think just like those two together, it might be.
It's almost like the closer they've got, the harder it's been. Like they've sort of both nosedived.
I think at the start it worked nicely.
Yeah.
I'm talking 2019 when Marnus comes on. Did he come on as a concussion sub in that
Yeah, he
series?
did. Got a 50, I believe.
And he was first exposed to Smudge doing like Don-like stuff in that series. And I think that really worked for him. I think ever since then, obviously Marnus goes to Test Player in the World. Follow my timing here, punters and dribblers, and don't criticise it too much. But I think in the fullness of time, they've sort of fallen into each other.
yeah, like it's almost as like they're creating a black hole.
Yeah, of autistic cricket energy.
Yes. Now that Smudge is opening, does he have Usman between him on just the lineup?
I'm talking about in the change.
No,
room,
I
Tom.
understand
I'm talking
that.
about them mealing together and shit.
I
Like someone needs to
completely
pry them
understand.
apart.
But on the batting order, as you see it, the team sheet,
As I see it.
3 and 4, right, is where they were. So they're both like fucking literally on each other.
Correct.
Are they still that way? No,
They're
they're
still-
not. We got a Kawaja in between. I just think that works. And what happens the second you fucking set them up? Smith gets a 91. Not out. Carries his bat. I tell you what, ABC are hard fucking markers. They put up on their Instagram, is Smudge done enough to be fucking kept as opener? I'm like, he just got 91 not out and carried his bat.
Is that not enough?
If you look at his now scores from opening, he averages 60. So, yeah, he's done enough.
Seems
Also, what, you're going to drop him after 2 fucking tests against the Windies after a long fucking schedule? Not making excuses. We're not England, but like England made excuses against us, and we've done the same.
Mate, they made the selectors have made a decision, and the decision is Smudge opens so Cam Green can be in the side. It's as simple as that. They're not going to change that after 1 fucking test match, or 2 rather.
But he just got 91 not out.
He just got exactly. He just got 91, and Cam Baggy Green's a couple of healthy buffets away from greatness. So let's cool our jets for a second.
Obviously, it's only 2 tests in, but Smudge now averages 60, I think, in 3 different batting positions.
Oh, we love that. We love that. I just wanted to read a quote, Tom.
He averages 60 in opening, 3 and 4.
Craig Braithwaite went after Rodney Hogg. Did you see that?
Oh, that was good.
Going to read it out for the punter and the dribbler. We had 2 words that inspired us in this test. Mr. Rodney Hogg said we were pathetic and hopeless. We wanted to show the world we aren't. I must ask him, are those muscles big enough for you? Question mark.
Now, that bit threw me a little bit because I don't know where the muscles bit came in. Pathetic and what were the words?
Hopeless.
Right. So there was no real critique of the muscularity of the Windies. Now, there might be more to it that I don't understand, but I liked it. I know Rodney Hogg played for Australia. Cricket aficionados be like, "Oh," but like I couldn't pick Rodney Hogg in a lineup.
Was he a bowler?
I'm a Brad Hogg guy.
I think he was a bowler.
Yeah, he was a fast bowler. He played 38 test matches, 71 ODIs between 1978 and 85.
So forgive me, it was not even a glint in my father's eye at those times. So like far be it from me to know who Rodney Hogg is.
You were an egg.
I was an egg. That's right. Do you know that women are born with their eggs?
Yes, that's why you're an egg.
That's a trip. Because also then like the eggs inside those eggs, do they have eggs?
So the mother has the daughter inside her, and then at a certain point, that daughter in her womb has her
Has the
eggs.
grandchildren in there?
Yes, correct. Well, half of them.
Wig out.
You know that the egg, human egg, you can see with the naked eye.
Really? Didn't know that.
Now you do.
Fucking oath.
Listen, cricket subject, cricket segment.
cricket
Listen, like I would, if it wasn't for the fact that we retained the Ashes, I wish we won, but whatever, we retained them and we won the World Cup and we just ran out of puff. I'd be furious if it wasn't for the fact that we did all those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
we did all those things.
As you were saying, I'm happy to just beat Sri Lanka. Fucking Sri Lanka.
Pakistan.
No. Yeah, to beat Pakistan in all 3 and then lose to the Windies. I'm like, all right, that's fine. It's good for cricket. It's good for cricket. They were beautiful scenes.
They were beautiful scenes. I would have probably liked a 3rd test.
I wouldn't. I'm over it. I'm over cricket.
Move it forward.
Well, yeah, but this scheduling, I couldn't be fucked.
I don't love 2 test series.
No, I hate them.
Are we playing New Zealand soon?
Yep.
Because I feel like we haven't played New Zealand in forever.
The last time I remember was when they came out and we fucking pumped them.
When was the last time we went there? I
Don't
feel
know.
like we haven't been there since Michael J. Clark had to return a ring.
New Zealand last played Australia. They came over here in November, December 2019. And we beat them 3-0.
But when did we go there?
Last time we went there was 3 years before 2015, 2016.
How'd we go?
We won 2-0.
Yeah, shock horror. Just on cricket quickly before we move on, did you see Big Show getting in some more trouble?
No.
So he was told he was left out of the ODI squad from like a player like management perspective after the
As in workload? Or what?
yeah like workload. It was either T20 or 1 days, whatever. And it was at the end of the first test against the Windies, and so we fucking rolled him in 3 days, and everyone was going out to watch friend of the show Brett Lee's 6 and Out in Adelaide.
Yep.
Big Show, something happened. Apparently got concussed. Like he was having a rip because he was out of the team and he wasn't playing tests, and so he had a rip and he's got concussed and something fucking happened, and like Cricket Australia was investigating it, and I'm like, in isolation, whatever, but Big Show breaks his leg at a friend's 50th birthday party, and it was like, oh no, it was an accident. I was having a race. I called bullshit on that the moment it fucking happened. It's like, yeah, you're right. You weren't pissed and farting around. You broke your fucking leg running. Then at the World Cup, not saying he was pissed here, the golf cart falls off, concusses himself. Now he's at a 6 and Out concert. I know they're known to be rowdy, the 6 and Out shows, but like, come on, Big Show. Like, what the fuck is going on?
So hang on. He went to 6 and Out and got
with all the cricket
and got
players.
concussed.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
Well, so there was another story I heard. Again, it's all rumors, but he had a golf day before, and I read somewhere that he passed out because he was dehydrated because he was like ripping all day at a golf day and then into 6 and Out.
We've all had golf days in a rip and tears. Like, you're not. I just find all this shit. There's too many excuses every time.
So what are you implying?
He's just he needs to get his shit together. I'm not implying anything. I'm just like, come on, Big Show. You fucking, I really like, I don't want to sound like I'm anti-show. I'm pro having a rip and living your life. Obviously, you need to balance it out with something. But, you know, like, there's something going on here. Don't you reckon? 3 fucking separate occasions? Or is he just a fucking klutz?
He could have klutz in him. We know klutzes.
We do know klutzes. Shout out to Klutzy. Not that klutz.
No,
but
that's just
worse.
that's his name.
Yes.
I'm talking about we know klutzes.
Yes. But like, even then, Street's only broken his leg once.
Well,
He's probably concussed himself just with the known.
He's taken half his fucking skin off.
True.
You know what I mean? That wasn't nothing.
Well, listen, I mean, to be honest, Streety puts Big Show to shame.
He does.
Dude, we had a Bucks. For Hickey last weekend. We've had podcasts since then. Guess who was wearing 2 left shoes the whole day?
Oh my God. So they're obviously different shoes.
Yeah.
And he didn't find that strange.
He didn't even notice.
He didn't notice?
Apparently. And then when I played golf with him on Tuesday, 2 different shoes.
Put on your left shoe. Let's just put the fucking wrong shoe on and just see how fucked up that is. It's so etch.
Put them both on, bro.
Like, what are we talking about, Hamish? That is so uncomfortable.
My children do that, and I'm like, guys, get it together.
Like, surely you look down at one point and go, what the fuck happened to my feet? Streety, come on, mate. That's...
And then at golf the other day...
Because obviously, like...
He had different shoes on.
Just to explain it, obviously the punter, the dribbler, we have arches in our feet, you know?
Are you explaining this to people who don't? Or are you like...
Well, I'm just saying there's an arch in a human feet.
Yeah.
And so a foot. So shoes are designed to work with
Well, they
that
also,
arch.
like, feet,
so if
feet
you put it on the wrong,
one
if you
way.
put it on the wrong, they curve one way. But if you put it on the other thing, you've got like a bulge up into.
I tell you what, it looks so visually disconcerting to see like your feet. It looks like you have your legs mixed up.
It looks like I've had my legs snapped and swapped over.
Yeah. Quad's looking good.
Thanks. Went
Quad's
for a run
looking
this
good.
morning. 6K's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
542s.
Ooh.
542s. Pretty hot out there.
Pretty hot?
Well, mate, after fucking 6 weeks not doing anything, not bad. Not a bad clip.
No, it's not bad. I wouldn't be like bragging about the 542s as much. Just that you went for a run, I think is good.
In the heat.
It wasn't that hot this morning.
Yeah, it was. Were you running this morning, dickhead?
What time did you run?
6:30.
How hot do you think it was at 6:30?
It was so fucking
Okay,
humid.
well, how hot?
I reckon it was... The humidity was what killed me. It was really
What was the heat? You said hot.
24?
24 is not really hot, is it?
With humidity.
Yeah,
At 6:30 in the morning.
I don't know. Listen, I think it's good you ran.
Thanks.
I'm happy for you.
Thanks. Well, it doesn't sound it. Anyway, shout out to Street for
Shout out
wearing
to Street.
2 left shoes of different varieties all day at a box and not
Anyway,
noticing.
it was good stuff. And then a romper. And shout out to Glenn Maxwell of Streety fame. Tennis Ed.
Tennis, Tom.
Tennis.
I'll say this. Yannick Sinner, the carrot top.
Is that why everyone's dressed as carrots? I assumed
Well, no,
as much.
because he eats carrots instead of bananas.
But like, what do you mean instead of bananas? There's no like an obligation for you to eat bananas.
Well, a lot of tennis players, if they're going to eat a fruit,
oh, is this on court?
yeah,
Oh, okay. He eats carrots on court.
he eats carrots on court,
That's a red nut thing to do.
and he's a red nut, and so everyone dresses as a carrot.
Okay, I saw that. I saw the people in this crowd dressed as carrot, and I was sitting there with my wife, and I was like, if you ever were the type of person to dress up as a carrot and go to the tennis, and like make me dress up as a carrot with you and go to the tennis, I'm like, we would never have lasted.
Well, you know how icks are a big thing at the moment? It's not really my cup of tea to sit here and talk icks, but
No.
I will talk one ick. Dressing as a carrot and going to the tennis is a huge ick.
I love this, like, supporting's great. Do your thing, whatever, but like, you're making me fucking dress up or like hold a sign. I can't.
Well, it's not about making you do anything. It's about the people dressing up as carrots. That's an ick.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I was looking at this husband and wife they kept flashing to who were like, yeah, we're on camera, we're carrots. I was like, I couldn't.
If you're a carrot couple, do you? But
Hey, do you?
I would.
couldn't do it.
If you invited me over for a threesome, I would not attend.
No,
put it that way.
I would respectfully decline. Now, Medvedev, the only player in Australian Open history to lose whilst being 2 sets up.
Can I tell you something else that really is starting
Twice.
to? The only player what?
So he's the only player I'm pretty sure, Dior this, in the history of the Australian Open, definitely men's final, it has to be, who has been 2 sets up and lost. I think he was the only one to do it once. Now he's the only one to do it twice.
No. So 8 people. So 8. That's
across all of them.
That was the 8th time
Someone's come back.
in a Grand Slam final.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's only happened. Apparently, it had only happened once in the Oz Open. That was the last time when Medvedev lost to Nadal first, and now he's done it again.
Interesting. And he overcame 2 sets to make the final. So
I'm glad Sinner won because of how absolutely clinical he was against Novak. I was like, it feels like you should be winning.
Well, I wanted to say, firstly, not having the Russian flag next to Medvedev is just like the dumbest thing. Let's just what are you making a fucking difference, are you? Shut the fuck up. Second point is, we've been waiting, Tom, as a species for the next wave. And it just never came, or it was not coming. It was Nadal and Federer and Djokovic, and they all made us feel nice and cozy and warm and safe, and we loved it. And they put on a fucking show, and they were brilliant. But there was always that little niggling part of us going, who's coming up next? Who's coming up next?
Yeah.
Who's coming up next? With all due respect, Medvedev, he's won a major, cool, but not the guy to do it. Zverev,
Listen,
not the guy to do it.
Medvedev, he seems like a bit like he's showing a bit more of himself now, but he's a bit of a weirdo.
Well, he's a robot.
Apparently
he's like a super he's a bit of a nerd. Not that matters, but when you're trying to woo the crowds, it does matter.
They've all got, and they all obviously all don't, but I feel like there's a bit like Jocko body is like what they all have now.
Well, because as if you wouldn't mimic the GOAT.
I know, but I mean, it wouldn't be so much that you mimic the GOAT, you can't control what your body is, but it seems like the tennis is now moving towards Jocko body.
Well, I think that to play like Djokovic, you need a Jocko body. You need to be highly elasticized.
Yes, and gangly.
Which rules me out,
Yes.
obviously.
Same.
But Sinner, Alcaraz, now it's starting to talk about some motherfuckers who can start to get the job done.
Now, Alcaraz, though, he's not Jocko body. Is he a bit more...
he's a bit more Nadal.
Nadal.
Dude, have you seen his pipes? Get his pipes up now.
Yeah, get his pipes up. Get them up.
Alcaraz is all pipes,
I
ladies
think
and
I saw
gentlemen. Listen, pipe player of the week, we should have given it to him when he won the fucking Wimbledon last year. This guy's all pipes.
We spent a serious amount of time.
Look at that!
Yeah, dude. We spent a whole episode going through his Instagram.
Well, you know I don't remember
He's like a
anything.
Calvin Klein model and shit.
You know I don't remember jack
But dude,
shit.
I was watching him. We were watching him that, and it was like the first time I almost saw my fucking 4-year-old daughter. Shout out to Evie Rose, turned 4 last Tuesday. It was the first time I think I saw her have a crush on someone immediately. She's like, "Who's that?" And just kept asking her. It's like, "I want him to win." And I was like, "Okay, well, fucking relax." But I get it as well. She's like, "Who's the yellow guy?" Look at that. Look at that. Wouldn't you kill for a vein like that in your arm?
Oh, you'd kill, mate.
Wouldn't you kill for a fucking vein in your bicep like that, where it's just veined out the arse?
I'm a huge fan of Alcaraz. Obviously, he's gorgeous, but I like that he's It's almost an ode to, I would assume, his hero, the great Rafael Nadal. He doesn't wear the 3/4 pants because that was a weird decision.
Yeah.
But I love that he's out there in the Singer.
Yeah, for sure. You got to be wearing that.
You got to be wearing the Singer. But don't you feel like we've just moved into some nice territory here where we've got some guys that can go out there and get the job done?
Get the job done.
Yeah. Alcaraz is only 20 as well.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And Sinner's only 22.
22. That's what you want. Like, I don't really need like a fucking 29-year-old to start like taking over the mantle. Like, you had your chance and you couldn't. So now I just need a young
No.
guy.
It's too late for you, mate.
Unless you're obviously curious.
Well, yeah, but Kyrgios is an enigma, and I want to hear more of him commentating.
Did you hear the commentary last night where they kept being like talking about Sinner and even Medvedev, but they were like, oh, you know, these guys are really good guys and like really nice, really like moral, and like you can just tell they're good. They're not flashy. I was like, these guys are so clearly just trying to shit on Kyrgios here in commentary, but I was like, why?
Are you talking Hewitt and Courier?
No. So it was I don't know. I was watching it on Stan actually. So I don't know if it was different commentary.
Oh, why would they have changed the commentary?
It wasn't working on my TV, so I went to Stan.
They wouldn't have changed the commentary.
You wouldn't think so.
Or was it during the match or was it before?
It might have been after. It might have been the in-betweens. So maybe it was...
Because they were cutting to someone in studio. That was different.
Whoever they were cutting to.
That was different.
Whoever they were cutting to.
Because Courier and Hewitt wouldn't have done that.
No. It was... whoever they were cutting to, it was two people, and they just kept harping on about the quality, like the moral fibre. I'm like, sure, but why the fuck do you keep talking about that while this guy's just... Like, what do we do? Why are you taking this... It was so obviously at Nick because there's no other tennis player who you would be referring to who's flashy, self-absorbed, perceptive, like, you know, making it about themselves.
Mate, honestly, if I'm Todd Woodbridge, I'm looking over my shoulder, dude, because Hewitt's irreplaceable, obviously. Jim Courier, I think, does a good job.
Yes.
And so I'd be slipping Nick in there, dude.
I'd
be fucking off Todd Woodbridge. Like, the Woody's great, sure, but he was a doubles guy. Like, let's not get carried away.
No disrespect to doubles, but... Yeah, I mean, Nick's won doubles as well.
Nick
can do it both.
Nick won the Australian Open in doubles.
Find your man that can do both, right?
Exactly.
But the thing with Nick, though, I think Nick's
sitting like, you see him, he's got his legs up, dude. He's basically got his cock on camera.
He couldn't give
saying
less
whatever
of
he
shit.
wants.
Like, then he cares, but he's like, he also like is taking the piss out of him. He's like, oh, that's a delicious little droppy. Like, I think you need that guy alongside Leighton and Jim.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said.
Is Woodbridge in there for that?
Todd Woodbridge, yeah.
I thought he was just a bit more of the like on the panel beforehand.
No. Todd's in there in the box with him. Jim Courier runs the show. He defers to Leighton because Leighton's got that. He's got that eye, bro. Like,
and he's also Australian.
Shit. And he's Australian. He's won 2 majors. Davis Cup. Look it up. But I think that we need to get rid of like a corporate Todd, who's super corporate now, and get in Gen Z.
Gen Z Nick,
who just tells it straight, dude. Because that's what we need. We need to be refreshed.
The Gen Z king.
Don't you think?
Is he Gen Z or is he?
He'd be Gen Z.
Or is he millennial king?
Oh,
I'm fucking all over the place.
I feel like the millenniums now.
Millennial's not a generation though.
No, it's
not.
It's
just sort of like a broad.
I feel like the generations are all over the place now.
So Nick Kyrgios. Yeah, it always confuses me.
What are we, Gen Y?
Yeah.
So Kyrgios was born in 95. 1995 was the first year of Gen Z. So he's pretty much like...
So he's a Gen Z with us?
Well, he's straddling...
Oh, wait, we're Gen Y.
Nah, you guys would be...
Gen Y.
It was X, Y, Z. We're Y. So surely after this we go to Gen A, right?
Gen Alpha is the newest one.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
Gen A.
Yeah. So Kyrgios is essentially on the border of Gen Z and millennials.
But
so were boomers technically Gen X, Y?
No, so Gen Y X? Are millennials.
But what's
we're millennials.
What's before
boomers?
X in the alphabet? I can't be fucked to go through it all the way through
W.
it. So are boomers technically Gen W?
I guess so.
They're not referred to it though, just babies.
Yeah.
The silent generation. Maybe they're just choosing to fuck. Like I think this letter thing just started late.
So silent generation, they didn't talk, right?
Yeah, no, they were mutes.
A year of what? A whole generation of mutes.
Yeah, dude. Interbellum generation, the lost generation of 1914. again, I think this iGen. What the fuck's iGen?
I don't know. Another word for Gen Z, apparently.
That's so like
never
when
heard that.
Vegemite were like,
Stop
I Snap
it.
2.0.
Yeah.
So we're millennials, technically.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, because
Yeah.
we were like crossed over the
We're
millennial.
millennials, dude. I knew that.
Gen Y, 1980 to 1994. Listen, I'll give you the hot tip. If you're born in 1980, I don't think you've got much millennial about
No, dude. Big call.
Huge call.
Huge call.
That's absurd.
Dave, need you to do a little check as well. I just saw this on a very random Twitter reply I was looking for photos of Rod Laver last night.
Dude, he looks better.
What do you mean he looks better?
I think he's looking great.
He looks great. He's the
like, there was
melting candle.
Yeah, but
of
fuck,
the
mate, 4 or
arena.
5 years ago, it looked like his skin was about to slip off his face. I think he's come good.
I'm not judging him. He's an old man, right? That's what happens when you get old. I have full respect to Rocket Rod.
Judging him, I'm saying he looks unbelievable.
He looks great for his age.
He looks better than he has.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think so.
I think he looks beautiful. He's got some red eyes on him. He looks like he's been hitting the fucking
He's a surfer.
native seeds. R.I.P.
Well, he's been in the salt water. He's been blazing up.
Good for him.
Pick your poison.
Can you please, Dave, confirm whether Peng Shuai has been found? Because I'm of the understanding via a random Twitter reply that Peng Shuai is still missing.
Well, they found her.
Well, she hasn't been seen. She's still missing. That's what, dude, I don't know.
What do they do with them over there? Is it a gulag type, so like Stalinist gulag type setup?
China.
In China, is that how they play it?
They fucking...
I'll tell you what, Peng Shuai must be in trouble. If Jack Ma, the richest Chinese man at one point, was taken away for a couple of months of, reconditioning,
Retraining, yeah.
then God help us. Poor old Peng Shuai didn't hold.
She didn't even want to slam.
Exactly.
So in April 2023, the World Tennis Association, or WTA, I think, they ended all the suspensions of China and all the things. They received assurances from Chinese athletics bodies that she was safe.
Right. Oh, okay. They received some assurances. So she hasn't been seen. When was the last time Peng Shuai was seen or heard of?
I tell you what would help, Tom. I reckon we like take away the Chinese flag next to Chinese players' names, and then she'll come back.
She'll come back. Yep.
Don't you reckon?
Yep.
That works, doesn't it?
I wonder if anyone's putting forward taking away any Israeli or Palestinian flags. Whether there's anyone playing, I don't know.
Would it shock you if in 10 years' time, just like you weren't allowed to have a flag?
You weren't allowed to have flags, yeah, because it's like, race doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
New World Order, mate. 1984, George Orwell. It was all right. It was all correct.
He was right. George said it first.
George, visionary. Ahead of his time.
It's funny because, obviously, like, I'm a bit of a fucking... Well, I'm a younger Dryas guy, Asteroid Impact. On one of these Rogan episodes I was listening to the other day, he went deep. He went so deep into, like, what he believes.
Vince McMahon deep?
Holy shit, dude. Literally. If you, like, Vince McMahon.
Wow.
I don't want to, we can't read any of the text. They're out there, though, if you want to read them.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. That guy, allegedly, is a dirty little birdie. Like, fucking hell.
Oh, like a big poo guy.
Dude, pig.
Big poo guy.
He writes, like, again, allegedly, whatever, and obviously there's a chick at the center of this, and, like, fucking, hopefully, if it happened to her, she gets the sort of whatever that she's, like, the support. But, like, he is, allegedly, a sick little fucking puppy, dude. He loves poo.
Dude.
That's the grossest thing I've ever seen, if true.
Well, I didn't see it, but I read it.
You know what I mean.
And obviously when you read things, your mind fills in the blanks.
I also
it was not a good vision.
I read all those texts in his voice. It's impossible not to have Vince McMahon's voice when you're reading those texts about coming and fucking big dicks, and you're like, oh my God, Vince.
Yeah.
He seems like a bit of a cuck. Reading that isn't like he wanted to, like, he was getting off on messages of sexual exploits.
He liked teeing it up.
Yeah.
Not nice stuff. Punters was
No.
not nice at all.
No.
A really, really, really sick puppy, deranged.
Allegedly
is the word I'd use.
Stood down now, I think, or he's quit.
Not light reading.
No. It's actually fucking, if true, fucking disgusting. But I mean, then all alleged, now you view his photo recently with the pencil moustache that he had, it's all dyed black.
Yeah.
You see that through a new lens now, and you go, "That's a sick fuck."
you go,
with a sick fuck moustache.
You go, that guy shits on people.
That moustache looks like the moustache of a person who shits on people.
Yeah, well, it was
allegedly.
Basically, the whole thing fell into place for me.
Yeah.
I just immediately thought of the pencil moustache and his
Rubik's Cube sort of.
and his weird face, and then him allegedly shitting on people's heads and backs and stuff, and it made sense. It made a lot of sense. So when you were talking depth, you were talking Vince McMahon sort of
Vince
depth?
McMahon shitting on your back sort of stuff. No, Rogan went into this thing about what he thinks, and it's like that we actually had. He thinks that there was a civilization far more advanced than our one.
Okay.
Far more advanced, and that the Bible, whilst as we currently understand it, it's a bit of like woo-woo, is actually just stories passed down over thousands of years to try and keep some understanding of the way the world was pre-asteroidal impact Younger Dryas. And obviously the stories have changed so much over time, but that...
There's a lot of edge stuff in the Bible.
Yeah, there is. But that it's like, that it speaks to like fucking the truth of life and fucking all this shit. And I heard it and I went, too much for me, dude. I love
for you. That's your bread and butter,
I love
mate.
Younger Dryas, asteroidal impact theory. I like all that sort of shit. I think no one knows how no one's explained any of that pyramid sort of stuff. A lot of unexplained shit. But I'm not going to sit here. Like, that's too far. That's too far for Dad.
Yeah. Also, depending on the size of unless the asteroid was big enough to wipe out all life, like everything.
70%, they say.
No, but like if unless it was big enough to wipe out everything, well, you're not getting rid of us, mate. No way. We'd fucking like a huge like if the Younger Dryas asteroid hit now, we humans would like a lot of what we have would survive.
I don't know that that's necessarily true.
I think so.
In
I
the
think
sense
there would be the preparations in place for that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, well, isn't when we talking about this that like billionaires are making bunkers? It wouldn't be that many. I think it fucked up 70% of the world. That was sort of it. But like all of the like technologically minded like parts or whatever they're saying, again, speaking about it like it's real, or that it's confirmed. But like if there was like such a small amount of humans left on Earth, so it's like a reset.
The population was a lot smaller,
but it's a reset, right? Like anything that you like, if fucking everything went down now, I'm not going to be able to fire up a fucking
statistically there would be people left that could.
What would be the first thing you'd look for? Like, as in, if obviously food's
Water.
like food and water, right? Like, but then from like a utilities perspective, like things that you're going to need.
Generator and fuel.
Generator and fuel, I like it. I was thinking long term. I was thinking like, tequila. Tequila.
Obviously,
first.
I'd need my techies.
Or we'd need to like learn how to ferment piss.
I
was thinking like going to like a Bunnings. I went to a Bunnings yesterday. I'd be like going and getting like tools and fucking nails and like things where it's like, this will help me build me a hut.
You'd need
a saw.
You'd need telly, DVD player, like so you could watch shit. You know.
True, you'd need a DVD player.
Yeah, like mainly 2008 highlights, that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
you'd need that. Obviously, I'm assuming, or a hard drive or something like that. You just need power. So your generator and you're good.
But then
and heaps of fuel.
Heaps of fuel though.
Heaps of fuel.
That's a lot though. It's hard.
Well, you ration it. You're not running an aircon, Tom, the whole time. You just
on a hot day.
Well, if it's hot enough and
summer, you'd run out of all the fuel.
Well, if it's February and you're in Sydney, then you're pumping the AC, obviously. But I'm just saying, when the mood strikes to slip in 2008 Manly, you fire up the generator.
Weaponry.
And you watch.
Now, I don't know where you'd go to get guns and bullets. That's probably the problem, right?
Well, you go to the fucking rifle shop, wouldn't you, mate?
Well, there is no rifle shop.
Yes, there are.
Where?
There's rifle shops. You go into Dubbo, there's rifle shops everywhere.
Right. Okay. Where would the nearest rifle shop be?
Well, Dave will tell us. I guarantee there's rifle shops in Sydney. You think they don't sell guns anywhere?
I don't know, dude. I'm not a gun guy. I'm trying to work out what happens.
They definitely do in the bush.
I'm saying if there's another asteroid impact, if there's an older Dryas.
There's one out in Bankstown is the nearest one.
That's tough to get out there, though. Fucking
walk out there, mate.
Yeah, but everyone's going there. Or the collapse of society, Eddie. Everyone's trying to kill everyone.
Head out to Dubbo, mate.
Oh, hang on. There's one on Huntley Street in Alexandria.
There you go. Fucking right around the corner.
Dude, can we just walk into that place?
You don't have a gun license.
I know, but do I need a license to get in the door, or do I need a license to buy one?
You can go in there and look at it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So we go to... But I don't really want to, but...
You just want to go in there and look at stuff.
Suss it out.
Cool.
Apparently, there's more guns in civilian hands now than pre the Port Arthur gun buyback, whatever the fuck it was called.
But I think that's kind of misleading because I think the stat is still that less people have guns than did before, but there are more guns in total. Okay. I could be wrong with that, but that's what I've heard.
We're going to miss that level. This is Dave's last week, Punters and Dribblers.
Very
Second
upsetting.
last podcast.
Second last podcast. His last podcast out Thursday, recorded Wednesday. We're going out Wednesday night to rip and tear and farewell our little commie mate. But we can save all that for Wednesday.
We can.
We can save the tears for Wednesday. But worth reminding the punter and the dribbler.
Yep. We have found Dave's replacement.
Yes, we have.
The White Mamba, Cody B. It's basically Kobe Bryant, but it's Cody Bryan. That is correct, isn't it? Got your name right.
Kobe Bryant, Cody Bryan.
It's gonna
the White Mamba.
Much like Tobler is Toby and he's Tobler, not Tobler. There's a very real chance I'm calling you Kobe. I have to think about calling you Cody every time.
Yeah, Kobe works. Let's just say, listen, we can't force it.
No, we can't.
Let's just see what happens. The White Mamba's a great nickname though.
Yeah.
And Willie Birmingham, the great and the powerful, full time right now. He's been lurking about for a
he's
while.
He's been sniffing around.
He's been sniffing around out the front for a little while. So, he's part of the furniture now, Willie B, but officially his first day. So, Hello Sports Studios grown to, I don't know.
Yeah, just more. And also,
I'm not going to give you a number because I can't be fucked to count them.
No. We've got 2 new, but essentially you subtract Dave.
So we're up one.
We're up one.
We're up one from where we were yesterday.
Actually, no, we're up 2 from yesterday. Because Dave hasn't left yet.
Oh! Correct. And then we'll be down again on Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll be down again. Thursday. Friday, technically, from the payroll perspective.
Well, no. He's not getting paid for days that he didn't work, mate.
Yeah, it's okay, cool. We'll take that one off.
What are we, fucking charity?
He's the enemy as soon as Wednesday's done. As soon as it ticks over to Thursday, dead to us, enemy.
Dead to us, keeping your super, not paying it.
Did you see Brady throwing fucking spirals to people at his speaking events?
I saw him throw one to
Volk,
the great Volkanovski.
And then he threw one to Reece Walsh at, I guess he's doing the tour. I was watching that last night. Maybe it had a vegan gummy. I can't confirm nor deny. But I started thinking about how fucking embarrassing it would be to be at that function and get asked to catch a Tom Brady spiral and dropping it.
I think about that from time to time as well because if you recall Daniel Ricciardo when he was doing the damn thing, he still is, but when he was the man.
That's all right. You don't need to qualify, I get you.
And he was on a boat and Tom Brady threw him one and he caught it. That was huge pressure because everyone's watching him. He's on an unstable surface, nails it. I think about that more than I probably should.
Reece Walsh is running. Get the Reece one. Reece is running around and he's asking, where do you want me to be? And Tom's like, you just fucking call Hut and I'll throw it, baby. I'll find you. So he just starts running around and then Brady's throwing it over this whole fucking...
Oh, sick. Reece Walsh catching an absolute dime from Tom Brady.
Whatever you want, on Hut. You ready? Say Hut.
There's a better one as well. I don't know where it is.
I couldn't see shit.
Yeah, this will do it.
Future. Oh, I know that. All right? Are you ready? He's going to... What was it? I couldn't hear. Whatever you want, on Hut. You ready? Say Hut.
Imagine if he dropped that.
If he drops that, dude, you do, that's almost...
But he wouldn't.
No, of course, but but you or I would. That's more pressure than a grand final. Well, you're a room full of people. You know what I mean? You're not you're in an elevated position being an athlete, but you're all there to suck off Tom Brady. It's
but is it
more
pressure for Reece to catch it because he should catch it, as opposed to you and I who'd probably trip over and it's expected?
That's what I'm saying. It's more pressure for Reece.
Yes.
But for you, I'd still probably wilt under that pressure. But I'm just saying,
But we'd be expected to wilt. That's the point.
Yeah, but you and I and anyone would put pressure on themselves to not wilt.
Well, because you want to be you want to deliver.
Cool. You want a moment.
You want to be cool.
You want to take a spiral from Tom Brady.
You do, but we're not all made for the spiral.
No,
life.
we're not.
It's as simple as that.
He fucking still has a cannon. Did you see it? There's a photo as well on Nelson Asafa Solomona's Instagram, Dave. You can get that up.
Well, he was playing last year, Tom, so it's not like he's 55.
No, I know that. Just to give you an idea of how fucking big he is. He's fucking humongous, Tom Brady.
Yeah, he's like 6'6", isn't he?
Look at him next to Nelly from Welly.
Yeah,
He's bigger than him.
Jesus.
Like, you look at Nelson and you're like, holy fuck. People like,
Let's get up his dimensions, please.
Yeah.
They talk about how fucking intimidating Nelson is. Tom Brady is fucking bigger than him.
Yeah, big man.
And he's not even particularly size-wise that different from like a girth and thickness perspective.
Well, he's put it on. Like when he was at the draft day, he looks like a
Yeah, but he was
newborn giraffe.
he was a bitch then.
But that's what
respectfully.
That's
He's grown into a man. That's what you want for Cam Green.
That's right. And they probably turn a blind eye over in the States, if you know what I'm talking
Well,
about.
I think
wink,
they
wink.
do, but he doesn't look like that. Like he doesn't look like a
Yeah, but
blind
he might have put in some mass gain and work.
So according to Wikipedia, Tom Brady 193, 6'4", Nelson 200 centimeters, 6'7".
Bullshit. Clearly.
Well, what am I looking at? Is Big Nelly on a step?
Maybe Tom's wearing some lifts.
He might be in lifts or platforms.
Yeah.
He might have a nice, elegant heel on, Tom. Something Italian.
Like a wedged boot, a Cuban heel.
He may be in a Cuban heel. He may be in
He doesn't
a nice
strike
little
me.
kitten heel, Tom.
He doesn't strike me as a kitten heel guy.
Tom Brady.
No.
But he's sort of the guy that could potentially
pull
pull
off.
off a male kitten
Kitten heel, yeah.
Italian, bespoke,
True.
artisanal.
Yeah, an artisanal kitten heel. Yeah.
I mean, if the GOAT of 7 rings fame is getting around
7 or 6.
7, I think.
Shout out to TaylorMade. Still waiting on that
Getting
driver.
around in an artisanal
How about
leather
TaylorMade?
kitten heel. I think he can pull it
fucking
off.
us on those lofts and lies.
Yeah, dogs.
Anyway.
I think he could pull it off. I do.
Look, so do I. But I mean, so what is it, 6'7", 6'4"?
Yeah.
There's no
okay,
3
hang
inches
on.
there, dude.
Wait.
That's
I
bullshit.
found a full body video of Brady at the event. It might not have been the exact same event, but
Oh, can we zoom in on
you
those?
tell me.
Oh, there's a heel
there's
there.
a
Look at
heel.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
heel
Oh,
there.
heel's
But that's a
spotted.
boot. That's not a kitten. Well, it's a kitten heel, but that's a boot. Is that an artisanal leather Italian leather boot?
That's an artisanal boot. It's not a heap of heel.
No,
it's
it's
not heel
not
for
3
days.
inches.
Doesn't look like
Kitten
3
heels
inches.
aren't much though.
Jeez. He is in a kitten
That's
heel.
also a different event.
Yeah, there's heel there.
Is that Volk? Is he throwing a Volk there?
Just to some fans. This was in Melbourne.
Yeah, okay. So that's not the same event. But we do know that he's got a propensity for the kitten heel. I wonder can you try to find out what the cost of tickets is to one of these events?
Yeah.
So,
Or you go to that, also just quickly, is that image there, is that what he was wearing next to Nelly from Welly? Because you might see a shoe there.
Doesn't it? I don't
Fucking look at him, dude. He's got some pipes.
Oh yeah, that would have been. It looks like it's the same clothes.
he's got a kitten heel on there. For
well, I
sure.
don't know about that. Look at his arms and shit, dude.
Mate, he looks great, doesn't he?
Different watch.
No shoes inside at that one.
No.
He'd be getting into that work now that he's single. Jesus Christ.
Dude, wasn't he with like Kim Kardashian or some shit?
Don't know, maybe. So what would he be getting paid
Yeah, no, but
to promote this?
that's
thing?
it's his thing. That's why I want to know what tickets cost and how many shows he's doing. Because I just want to know, like, it'd have to be a fair bit to get him out to fucking Australia for a couple of talking shows, speaking engagements, wouldn't it? Unless he's doing it as part of like a bigger contract where it's like, he's not just doing it for the money he's making from talking to a few fucking dribblers. It might be like Crown's paying him fucking $20 million to come out.
He must.
so
he
for the-
must want to because he doesn't need the money to do that.
I mean, no, he doesn't.
For the 2 Melbourne shows that he did, tickets were costing anywhere between $100 and $4,000.
Hundreds not much.
You must get it. You must get to catch a footy for $4,000.
I don't think you all would. I think someone might. You the chance to catch a footy.
Throw your hat in the ring.
You can get a photo and signed jersey.
For 4,000?
That must be $4,000
selfie seems a lot.
It is a lot.
It seems like a lot, but if you got shitloads of coin, I sort of get it. You know, if money no object, Tom.
But I mean, to be honest, I don't know who I'd pay money for a photo with. I don't, like, there's probably not. Like, if I think about it, a photo with someone, I don't really, like, I think a photo with, I'd probably get a photo with someone that I think my kids would think was cool. Like a Wiggle.
No, you got to pay.
That's what I'm saying though, right? Like I don't know if I'd pay for a photo with anyone.
No. But people do.
I know, $4 fucking grand.
That's
Jesus Christ. That they're feeding a kangaroo. Tell you what, just back to tennis quickly. I thought the tennis whole broadcast was very good. I enjoyed it over it was a good vibe. The Australian Open vibe was very good. One thing that fucks me off no end is how obsessed we are as a country with making people who aren't Australian eat Vegemite and thinking it's like the funniest fucking thing. Like, I just think about it in production meetings and they're like, what about if we got to eat Vegemite? I feel like if you come up with that, you should be shot. Maybe not killed, but shot. Rubber bullet.
No, good whipping.
Rubber bullet into like the back of the leg.
Good whipping, I think.
You're going to have you try some Vegemite. Oh, if I can eat Vegemite, have some Vegemite.
It's just been done to death.
Yeah. Let's do some Aussie slang while we're at it. What's a plugger?
What are we trying to prove here? I mean, we all know that Vegemite's elite. I don't need Yank's approval.
No, I don't need...
Why do I need some Yank to tell me what to do? You know what I mean?
I don't need Zverev's cosign on Vegemite. Thank you very much.
No, I don't, mate. In fact, you're the last bloke I need co-signing this thing.
I could go for some Vegemite right now.
1,000%. If you were to say, Edward, I've got some sourdough
from the bloody cafe across the
or
road.
some Turkish bread that's in the toaster right now. Do you want me to butter it up? French, of course, but doesn't need to be. But if it's going,
if you can choose
with some Vegemite over the top, not too much, but enough to know it's there.
Well, a nice smattering.
A smattering. I would pound that bitch. In fact, I'm starving now.
Yeah, I know.
Thinking about Vegemite toast. I got Vegemite toast on the mind, and I can tell you right now, punters and dribblers, that's not because some dickhead, some nerd tennis player did or didn't like it.
They also give it to him in like a fucking spoon.
I know.
That's not how Vegemite's consumed.
No. Give him a proper experience.
Give him a fucking, what's that really nice sourdough? Coogee? Iggy's. Give him a fucking nice big thick cut fucking slice.
But not too thick because you don't want the bread to overwhelm the veggie.
No, you don't. But you want it to be a decent cut, like thin sourdough.
You need to know you're alive.
You need to know you're probably wanting about an inch, maybe a little under an inch of Iggy sourdough because you want that softness, and then you put that butter on there, French if you want it, and then that light smattering. That is how you get them to consume it. But
they come back, and they come back time and time again. If you're going to spoon out, and I'm not talking teaspoon, punters and dribblers, I'm talking tablespoon.
Yeah.
Of veggie down some bloke's gob.
Of course they're not going to like it.
Of course they're going to throw up. What are we talking about?
That's not the way to have it.
That's not the way to have it. It's insane. It's absolute madness.
Let's just try something else, guys. Let's try something else.
No, but if you're going to do the dumb gag, do it properly.
Yeah, give Vegemite the best chance to succeed.
That's exactly right. Allow Vegemite to be as Vegemite was intended.
Yeah, which is smattered across bread. Get him a crumpet if you don't have sourdough. Let's say Iggy's is out of bread, which wouldn't shock me. Get him a nice, honest crumpet or
that's
a muffin.
Been well toasted, so the bottom's crunchy. Because otherwise, it's soft and it's floppy and it's too much.
Yeah.
But let's make sure that Vegemite has the best opportunity to succeed because it's the goat spread. I mean, it just is.
Have a fucking oi. What do you think of this slang? Like, come on.
It'd be like, you know what it'd be like, Tom? It'd be like going, do you like Wheat Bix? Making some prick eat it dry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that needs full cream milk on it, mate. Straight from the udder. What are we doing eating fucking dry Wheat Bix? Unbelievable. Hang your head in shame, producer. If you're listening, you need a good whipping. And
need a whipping. Now, before we round this one out, or to round this one out, before we go, Eddie, Matt Burton thinks the Earth's flat. Now, I know you might agree with him on that one.
Does he?
I know you're
from Dubbo.
So good on his Dubbo.
Listen, I know we move a bit slower out there, but that's surprising.
Slow in the bow.
Matt Burton.
So he was on the Let's Trot podcast with Josh Mansour, which, by the way, is actually a fucking good show. Mansour's a good interviewer. He gets good guests, obviously, because he's got the player connect, but like, they're good yarns.
I'm a Mansour guy.
Yeah, I'm a Mansour guy. I'd like to have Mansour on here.
Yes.
That's by the by. Mansour interviewing Burton. I think, can we get the clip up? But like, I asked him if he thinks the Earth's flat, and he's like, Let's just take it away, Matt Burton.
Do you believe in that the world is flat?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If no, some people do. What would you say to them? Chris Fade. Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question, but it's most rant. I was not expecting that at all.
It's a tough one, eh? Do you believe the world is flat? I don't know, eh? Yeah, I believe it is.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You believe the world's flat.
Yeah.
You're such a
Well,
liar.
like it's round,
Yeah.
but like it's obviously flat because if it was, I don't know. I actually don't know.
Benzel's trying to
I'm
help
lost
him.
now. No, I believe it's a sphere.
Yeah. Yeah, I obviously believe it's like a sphere.
Because like if it's flat, so what I think he's
Okay.
saying, see, this is what I don't understand, right? When people say the Earth is flat, I don't even know where to go with this.
Yeah.
I'm so lost. Anyway, I believe the world is a sphere. I don't believe it's flat. I believe that everyone's got the right to think and believe whatever they choose. But
This
I think
is
it
so
comes down to
straight
a bit
bat.
conspiracy theories and
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
and
I reckon that as well.
it's
I
down
just
a
love
rabbit hole.
Leaguey's
And
tackling the
I say to
issues.
myself, why would I guess the government or higher beings or forces want us to believe that the Earth is round? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So yeah,
But yeah, no, that's a mad question. But I don't know. When I look at it, it's obviously round, but then I sort of do believe that it's flat in some way.
so if it's flat,
Because
if it's flat, it can't be.
This is amazing.
It can't be a sphere. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
If
true.
it's flat, it's going to be like a square sort of thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Chris, you've absolutely
Yeah,
thrown a
you rattled me.
curveball.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. So if you had a discussion with someone that actually believes it's flat, what would you say? Or you believe it's
What do you
flat?
mean? Yeah,
you
I
believe,
believe
it's
it's
flat.
flat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You know what? You've thrown a curveball because
I think if I can play devil's advocate here for one Matthew Burton, I think what he's trying to work out in his mind is he thinks it's round, but why is the floor flat that I'm standing on right now? I think he's not completely across the like curvature. of the
No.
Earth.
So that's exactly what because he's saying I know it's a sphere.
It's a sphere,
But he's
but
like,
it's
but
flat.
I know it's flat. So what Matt like? Have you ever seen the illustration of it? So like, if you get a globe that's to scale, if you punch in on like, so there's the globe and it's at scale, so the diameter is like fucking 3,000 k's, wherever it is. I can't remember. If you zoom all the way into the size of a human being at that scale, everything is flat.
Everything is flat.
Yes.
Yes. If you were a big giant, it would start to get rounder.
No, but you'd have to be fucking huge.
Well, you're a giant, a monster.
no,
big old-
like I'm talking like even Godzilla.
No,
is
I'm
still flat.
you'd
know what I
actually
mean?
be have like K's on you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't explain that very well, but
No, you
basically,
did, I get you.
at this scale, in relative to the scale of the Earth, yeah, it's flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if it was curved at this scale, the Earth would be the size of, a giant marble, maybe.
So I think Matt, not a flat earther.
No. He's just confused. He's not a
He's-
math guy.
No, not a
as
math
he
guy.
said. No, I get it.
Yeah.
He's just moving a bit slower out there in the bow.
It's you know what? Why would a young, prodigious footballer from the Bow be considering the dimensions of the Earth?
It's not his cup of tea,
It's
mate.
not what he's paid to do.
Listen, he was born to play rugby league and taught balls. You know what I mean? Get him hanging up there with snow on him. That's what he was gifted with. Yeah. And when you have that gift, you giveth and you must taketh away in other areas. Yeah. And math was first to go.
And that's what I'd want.
Listen, that's what I prefer.
Yeah.
I prefer him focus on his rugby league football and not think about, Pythagoras theorem and fucking is the Earth flat.
Leave that to fucking Stephen Hawking.
That's right. May rest in peace.
Well, also Dirty Birdie, apparently.
Well, but he was willed up there. You know what I mean? Like he couldn't get out.
I reckon. Yeah, listen, Stephen Hawking.
You know what I mean? Like
Some of the memes off the back of Stephen Hawking on that list, like some of the Hawking memes off the back of that are fucking hilarious. Like,
oh yeah.
I won't even do it. I won't.
Nah, listen.
Not where we were going.
No,
Not where
we
were
weren't.
going. Well, it's on the fucking list.
Not our opinions.
But being on the list doesn't mean you did anything. But
Well,
the
there's
memes
others. There's
are
quite
the memes.
Isn't like Jay-Z on the list?
Dude, I have no idea who's on that list.
A lot of people pissed off Trump wasn't.
He is.
He's on the list.
He was?
No, he wasn't.
I don't know if he was on that
He's not on
list,
the
but
list.
he's like in like hundreds of photos with Epstein and he's talked about him as a mate. Like, I don't think he needed to be on the list for.
But he's
people
not
to
on
be
the
But
like-
he's not on the list.
Kate Blanchett was on the list.
Wait, Trump fucking dude. When he won New Hampshire or whatever it was the other night, like in the hotel we're staying at was just. It was either Spanish shows or some like Fox News and shit. Me and Ella were in hysterics, bro, listening to his post, like his victory speech. So good. Just so dribbly, bro. Just the way he speaks, I just can't get enough of. It's fucking hilarious. He doesn't say anything. He's just
but
saying.
that's like politicians generally.
It's so fucking good.
Is he
dude.
going to get... He's going to
Yeah,
win it,
yeah,
right?
he's
Because
gonna
pumping
yeah.
everyone.
Mate, he will. DeSantis, who was like considered his closest, has pulled out. It's Nikki Haley's left, and he's like just shitting all over. It's hilarious. So it's him and Sleepy Joe going toe to toe.
Nice. That's terrifying.
There's going to be some hilarious content coming out this year, dude.
They aren't doing a debate, are they?
Nah, I don't think Joe agrees to him.
Yeah, I
Joe
don't
will
think
get
I don't think he
his
has
arsehole
yet. But
If
like,
Sleepy Joe gets up there, that is suicide.
oh yeah, he'll get crushed by Trump.
You'll get absolutely
Yeah.
crushed. And what are you like... Are you that chick who's like on her knees going, no! Every time fucking Trump wins one of those primaries?
I mean, I don't really care. At this point, it's more entertaining for Trump to win, and
there you
Joe
go.
Biden.
It's entertaining
Joe
as fuck.
Biden doesn't deserve to win the election either. Like,
He's-
so I don't
they-
care.
Could he lose the
The primaries.
Primary?
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
think so,
no,
no.
I think hasn't he already been fucking?
Yeah, because he's the president. He can. I don't know if he can nominate himself, but they essentially. Get
I thought he'd
automatic
already
nomination.
won, technically.
Yeah, like there are Democrat primaries going on, but they're not like officially sanctioned by the DNC, the Democratic National Congress or whatever. So like other people are still being like, well, no, I'm gonna nominate myself and get the votes, but I don't think it's. Yeah,
It's not happening. Well, he basically said the other day, he's like, I can't wait to beat Trump again.
Not a
So
political show, but it's crazy to me that you would send that man back out into battle. Like it's almost elder abuse.
I think we're first and foremost it is elder abuse. The bloke's senile as fuck, but he got the job done last time, so I think they're just like he's done it. So
Been there,
let's
done that.
let's
Let's
back
go
him
again.
in. Let's back him in.
What's that? Oh no, I'm not going to fucking remember it.
Anyway, all I'm saying is the man's highly entertaining, and to say otherwise is absurd in the extreme. He's fucking hilarious,
Yep.
but doesn't intend to be, but absolutely
I
is.
wonder whether he does intend to be sometimes, to be honest.
Dude, he was shitting all over Nikki Haley, just calling her like a loser and shit. It was so funny. God, it was good. It was so good.
Such a piece of shit. But they all are, guys. That's what it's all about.
Except the punter and the dribbler
Well, no,
in the world of dribbling.
Punter and dribbler aren't a piece of shit. We love the punter and the dribbler.
We're immune from that. I'm saying like politicians, grubby scumbags.
Yeah.
Which is why we turn to
Dribbling yarn.
the church of dribbling yarn
Yep.
for salvation.
Correct. That's us. We're back. We love ya. Potty out Thursday. DMP back this week as well with the one and only Denning Kemp.
It's all hands on deck.
It's all hands on deck. 2024. Let's go and fuck it. Dribbling New Year. Obviously, that is the official start of the new year, which is
Well, that's
Feb
on
1. That's
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yep. That's why we're going out Wednesday night.
That's why we're going out Wednesday night. And
Dribbling
that's
New Year
obviously
Eve.
when you can get your good day.
Peace.
Bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?